Hey, this is Jacob Baugh, Jacob's Ladder with Team Cardhoarder, and this week I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm actually going to be doing a sealed video. There's no SCG events this week, so I'm going to be going to the Grand Prix in Louisville, Kentucky. The format is team sealed, so I'm going to be looking at working on the limited format and trying to get some more familiarity with it. I've done a lot of limited with this format already, but it never hurts to increase your knowledge and see more test pools and see basically how cards interact together and see what kind of decks you can come up with every given choice of cards you get. So I'm just going to give you like kind of an insider on how I make a sealed pool, how I run through everything, and let's get into it. I'm going to go through each color individually and then see which cards go together well. Alright, so I'm going to start with white. I'm going to lay it out. Alright, and let's see, I have a Gisela. That's a pretty good one. 3 drops. I don't have much early curve. This card's, let's see. Let's hide that. These guys are pretty good. Great. Alright. Something like that. Like that. So, white doesn't look too deep, but it definitely has some power. Got a few flyers, some big flyers, and this card's pretty good and it has one removal spell. So that's pretty good. Let's go to blue. Let's see, we got some more flyers, a summary dismissal, identity thief. It's kind of medium. Do have a bunch of drag unders, which is great to have. Displace, counter spells, flip guy, and a vessel, and ongoing investigation, which is a very good limited card. So to take advantage of that, maybe. But blue doesn't look too deep though. We have a Graph Rats, don't have the big one to pair with it, so it's definitely kind of medium. We do have a To the Slaughter and a Tooth Collector, which are both very good cards. This guy's not the worst. He's definitely I'm not unhappy to play him in any deck I play that involves black, but black looks very weak overall, so probably not going to go with that color. Let's go red. 2 of that guy. Okay, never mind. 1 Madness creature. Feels very good. Got a Savage Alliance. 2 Make Mischiefs, some Brazen Wolves. Vampire. Still no really good 2s. This has a lot of good 3s. I'm very happy at any deck I can play Savage Alliance in, so red definitely looks pretty deep. Had a lot more playables than, say, black did. But let's look at green. Got 2 human guys, 2 crop signals. So they're pretty bad, but Narwhal Dryad's pretty good. Got a vessel. Aim high is okay. Grapple the Past to Fork the Road. That card's very bad. Just hide those. Alright, and our rare, our next rare is pretty miserable. And what's our colorless stuff? Don't really have much emerge. That's pretty bad, but alright, let's go ahead and just unhide everything. And my color again. So from what I saw, I want to, and our gold cards are red, white, and blue, white. I'm gonna look at playing, I think, maybe 3 colors and splash red and play green, white. I had some fixing and I have a warp landscape, so I'm gonna look at how that deck looks up. Looks at it's also fixing, so captive, pacifist, aim high, grapple. Okay, I could definitely see play. Just add everything in there. So this is 22 cards. Alright. Curve doesn't look that bad, but I only have 4 creatures on 2. It's not really where you want to be. I only have 1 real removal spell. Maybe it's just green just isn't good enough. It has these 2 flip cards, which I like a lot. And I actually like this in humans quite a bit. But we actually don't have that many humans. Just a mediocre 2/3 and a Cathar, and this isn't even human, so it's pretty good with Faithbearer, but I'm not sure green is the color we're looking to pair with white. So I'm going to move that out of here for now. We can try blue and take advantage of this invocation. Or we could try red and even play our ride down, but I don't think we're going to be playing black. Unless it's a very light splash for maybe Tooth the Slaughter, maybe Tooth Collector as well. But red has definitely some merit. I actually like this card a lot. So let's lay out red, white. Alright. Not a big fan of that guy. Giants, Wolves, 4/1, yeah. Put some Grizzly Bears in the deck. This only has 21 cards I really like playing. This card isn't the worst, but it's pretty situational to get to be great, so I have some colorless things I could potentially play. Alright, Identity Thief is attacks it, makes a copy of something. This deck just has all the 3s, no really early game. Maybe I do have this ongoing investigation I would love to play, but I don't know how my blue actually looks in a deck. That's where I started with that. Move that over here for now. Just gonna move away all the cards I don't really want to play. Just to Poison Wolves. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to play black. Well, let's pull out the cards I might want to splash. I think that's the only 2 that would be worth splashing. Yep. Just going to throw these off to the side. This guy's right there. Here for now. Let's look at blue again. Really want to play Vessel. Counterspells definitely could have a place. Angler would be great if I had more flip cards, but more Eldrazi's, but I do not. Just the curve of this deck would be abysmal if I paired it with white. But maybe I'm just going to have to live with my curve being pretty medium and try and win on the power of big flyers. And this card's definitely very good. what if I tried Bant? How would that look? These guys, one of my early creatures. Sure if it's better than. Green definitely has the best early game, like actually getting on the board, so I probably have to just play it because for curve efficiency. But getting green for ongoing investigation is definitely a plus. These are the cards I would be. I guess I don't really want to play this, but I might just need it for curve's sake. I'd rather have a woodland patrol. This is 26 cards. Let's see. Don't know about splashing an advanced Stitchwing, but I definitely can see splashing blue being worth it. I only have one other card to combo with this guy. So maybe these cards just get the cut. We were at 24. Definitely like the idea of splashing all of these cards. Let's see. Could play my aim high still. Maybe some Wolfkin bonds. Don't think I really want to though. This fragment's probably gonna have to be played just because it makes a mana of any color. Do have 2 emerge creatures. This one isn't the worst. I don't know if I would main deck Mockery of Nature, but Flash is pretty interesting. Can act as a removal spell a lot of the time, so definitely has more merit. I think this is the setup I'm going to go with. I'm just going to make some cuts and see what we look at. So by mana cost. See where we're at. To move these to piles. Creatures and not creatures. Alright. Alright, so we have 15 creatures. So probably don't want to cut any creatures. Don't know how good this guy is in this deck. I have a pacifist that could not be a human. Cathar, some other humans. These guys probably are not actually worth playing. So let's go ahead and just move those guys out for now. You kind of want more creatures in my deck. Maybe I could be less green focused and play blue cards. Just annoying my early creatures are all very medium. Definitely think I have to be white just to play Gisela. It'll give me the most free wins out of anything I have, so don't see any reason not to splash blue, especially with this ongoing investigation. but I'm not sure if I'm just supposed to be red for Savage Alliance and Ride Down. Both very good cards. So it's this Devil. It's basically just a removal spell plus deal your opponent some damage. So, and it has some pretty good creatures on the 3 curve, but its 2 curve is super medium. It's just a bunch of grizzly bears. I feel like I need to cut at least a spell. It's probably not a deck for Borrowed Grace. It just doesn't have enough creatures to get full advantage of this kind of effect. Has no token makers. Probably just cut that one. Does this look? This looks pretty fine. Not the greatest, but definitely not the worst either. Question is, do I want to play any of these other blue cards? I could also theoretically splash these still, but I don't know how greedy it would be to play 1 mountain in my deck would be. I think these blue cards are probably worth it, but these cards are great. It does only require a single red, and I have a landscape and a fork in the road to fix. The only major color requirements I have is double white for these 2 guys. If I were to play these cards, I would have to shave some of my other spells, so it's probably just not worth it. So I have this fragment for fixing, actually. Let me go ahead and is I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and run with this deck and add lands. And there's 4 islands. I definitely do not need 4 islands. Probably just 2. And move up to 7 forests. That's my green cards. So I convert mana cost. How is it? Hate when it does that. Alright. Color. Alright, so I need to cut a land. Add this warp landscape. Guess it's just a forest. Well, majority of my early plays are green. I have green fixing. Maybe I just only need 1 island in my deck. Or 4 blue cards. Seems kind of low. So it has 6 forests though. Yeah, I think it just has to be an island. This card isn't really, these cards aren't necessarily need to be played on curve, so I think it's fine just playing the 1 blue source really, but I do have lots of ways to find it. The only thing I could get punished on is if I overturn it with grapple or vessel. I might end up having to take my island. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to think about when I activate those. If I mill it, if I only play one. But I still think it's fine overall. Alright. I don't think I want to cut a forest for plains. So I don't know how excited I am about playing this 2-3. I don't really have any better options. Unless I wanted to play a Field Creeper or this card. Or splash another color. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna submit this, save it, and we're gonna go ahead and maybe I think I'm gonna try and make a additional deck for my in case I want to sideboard into a more removal heavy deck. My opponent has a bunch of bombs. I don't know if I can even have the ability to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, not really. Basically, pretty much locked into this kind of strategy. The only thing I could do is change my splash colors. Could definitely see myself boarding in maybe black, or red if I want to. If I think Savage Alliance is just amazing against my opponent's deck. I have a bunch of X1s. Can definitely see myself boarding in this card and be out blue. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get to the games.